Yeah, I think I did it, before. I've done it 3 times now, but I think for some reason it was a glitch and it just updated. Uh, when it updated, but I did do it before. So it seems, I don't think this last one was the one that changed it. I think it was one before. So. Technology. And we are at the 7 o'clock hour here in South Central. It's always so great to visit Earth and South Central. I love it here. There's something so real and visceral about this area, especially now. Just the things that I'm hearing on the street here as I walked around today, people seem to be feeling a little more hope. There's a lot of black and brown people around these parts, and they seem to be feeling a lot better since the verdict was read on yesterday. I've been kind of keeping tabs on it on my space lounge, looking down and also tuning in. There's a lot of amazing things happening on planet Earth right now, and we're a part of it. I get to be a part of it. You get to be a part of it. And hopefully there are going to be some callers that are going to be a part of it. Such a magical time, such a time of rapid change. And I'm just excited that I can watch this. I think that Earth is getting to its place where it's going to be able to take its seat at the table of the universe. It's going to get a little rocky, a little bumpy, but in the end, I think what we're seeing here, I hope what we're seeing here, is an opportunity of expanded consciousness, to see consciousness expanding and to see the perspective, people's perspectives changing because they have more information, and quite frankly because they're losing trust in a lot of the systems and organizations and institutions that everyone thought were infallible. We're finding out that they're not, and through technology, opportunities for people to really take a lot of things into their hands, take their life into their own hands, is something that we're seeing more and more of. As a matter of fact, just this show, what I've learned about technology from what they have shown me here, shows me that Earth is stepping up. You guys are starting to have a lot of fun with it. So I want to talk a little bit about where we are now in general, our team, the Alan Show. Alan is, number one, Alan is super excited because he has been asked to produce something not in this state, and with someone that not only is he excited to work with musically, but he is very excited to be able to reconnect with this person because they're friends. And so it's super exciting. So all of that is in motion. And then there is the EP, which is, we're coming to the end now of the pre-production process. We're getting ready to go into overdubbing, and it's super exciting because although the songs are sounding good, I was telling Alan the songs sound really good. You know what you're doing. I knew he knew what he was doing, but they're not done, and it gets more and more exciting as you see the songs begin to develop and critical decisions are made and the records start to come together. And I am so thrilled that that Alan gets to show the world his process of making records, because it's a little bit old school, a little bit new school, but bringing the best of both of those worlds together so that magic is achieved. And of course, so much magic is achieved in the realm of sound. Everyone knows, everyone that knows what's up knows that sound is where it's at. And wow, we've got stream elements telling me that we're on episode 116, that it's the Epiphany Hotline. Call me baby. You guys have such primitive AI here, I swear to God. But you'll get there. As a matter of fact, am I an AI? Am I? I'll leave that for you to figure out. So we're getting to the point where it's not going to be a question whether we're living in a multiverse or multi-dimensional things exist, and all of the things that we didn't know, we're getting ready to know. And we're going to know them because it's just that time. I've seen it over and over again. When planets get their shit together, there tends to be a little struggle, and then things come together quite nicely because another level of understanding, another level of perception, another level of wisdom is presenting itself. And those that aren't complete idiots, they tend to like to go with, they opt into what's better. So we're being presented with a lot of things that are better right now. I'm watching smart ideas being put forth. Not all of them, but many of them. And they're moving us more into the direction of unconditional love. Well, maybe not unconditional love. I mean, that's a lot to ask. But they are moving us in a direction of justice, I think. They're moving us into a direction of atonement. I don't think that word is used enough. I think that now that there's a lot more out there and people are better informed, they might realize now that some of the things that they were taught and that maybe they didn't know that they didn't know, they're starting to deal with those things on the inside now. And it's really refreshing because for so long, so many of these things, they were seen, but they weren't felt. And now that imprint is on people, and they're really, really paying attention. So it's super exciting to see this transformation happening. I am so excited to be doing this hotline today. What else can we talk about? As you can see, my babies are back, okay? And let's see here. Ivy, you wanna come over here? You wanna come over? I don't think she wants to come over. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about what multidimensional means, because I think that a lot of times people think, I don't know what they're thinking. But according to certain theories, wait a minute, I've got a missed call. We'll get back to multidimensional in a moment, okay? All right, let's see here. I'm gonna call.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, did you just call me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Now, listen, you're on the Epiphany Hotline, and here on this particular hotline, we get to solutions. We talk about the problems, but then we jump right into the solutions. But you are a solution. Tell me what's going on.
Wow, many things are going on, thank goodness. I'm faced with several things, and that's part of the not the problem, but the challenge.
Okay.
I've made the decision to honor my dream and my passion instead of honoring my worry about financial security. If I do what I love, then I will be safe and secure. And so I am faced with several different avenues of opportunity to manifest these things that I love. And now it's like having to decide which one to look at first or put them in order so I don't get overwhelmed.
Okay, now, so let me ask you a question. About how many of these things are there?
Three to four.
3 to 4. Okay.
3 to 4. Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is something that so I'm really happy. By the way, thank you so much for calling in, Chloe, and I'm sorry that I missed your call, but I got right
Oh,
back to you. Let's
thank
do a
you.
little bit of some people call it mind mapping, some people call it just
Yes.
organization. And can you hold on one moment, Chloe?
Yes.
Hold on,
Uh-huh.
Nina.
Hey, Alan.
Hi, you're on the Epiphany Hotline.
Oh, am I?
Hey, you know what? Let me call you back when I'm done with Chloe, because I'm on with her right now. I'm going to call you back.
Okay, bye.
Okay. I tell you, there's so many people that Chloe, you with me?
Yes.
There's so many people that are starting to find out about the Epiphany Hotline, and they're wanting to get advice. And you know, I don't consider myself to be a fortune teller or anything like that, but I have been alive for 5,000 years, so I've seen a few things, done a few things. So I like to share. I don't know. You like to share too, Chloe.
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. I want all of the listeners to know who you are, and then we'll get down to just helping you to kind of organize this stuff a little bit, because I'm picking up in the field right now that it's not so much that you can't do all of these things. It's really more of a thing where you just need to kind of look at everything, and maybe, you know how sometimes you can't clean your house out yourself, but if you have a friend there, it's easier to clean the house?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Absolutely.
all right, so tell me what you've been up to, and then
Okay.
tell me what you want to be up. Tell me what you're up to and what you want to be up to.
Okay, my
Okay.
dear. Well, for the past 7 years, I decided to stop buying clothes because I didn't like the way I felt during that experience, or how I felt about myself after buying clothes. Trying to pay money to fit into a number that depresses me, so that I can look like everyone.
Okay, so you're
So
saying
I
that you're a
decided
little
to
bit.
teach myself to make my own clothes and create my own style, which will give me self-esteem. I've been doing that consistently every single day, creating things, just teaching myself based on no pattern, no template. And now it's come to the point where I've created so many things and so many people have seen it and want it and can't have it, that I'm getting the message that the light under this bushel is falling on people and they will no longer accept not being able to have one or have some. I have to
So,
share it now.
okay, so let me get this straight. You
Mhm.
have created a brand new outfit for yourself every single day for the last 7 years.
Every single day. Yes, and for my dog, or yes,
Okay,
I've created something.
talk to me. My God, talk to me about your dog. This is amazing.
That's another endeavor. My dog, his name is, oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry, he almost fell down. So sorry. He'll be 10 years old next month. He's a Pomeranian, and his name is the Duke of Puffington, and he is the most remarkable dog I've ever had or met. He saved my life. He doesn't look like he's real. He looks like a stuffed animal. And I would like to get him a career, and we shot our first commercial 3 weeks ago.
Oh my God, and I want to acknowledge 777 who's just come on to chat. How you doing, 7? It's nice to have you. I love that number 7. It's my favorite.
Very.
Yes, and Epiphany says hello to 7, and Antela Kwekwe, who's also in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We've got Chloe on the line right now, who seems to need a little help organizing a few things in her life. We all need that from time to time. Go ahead, Chloe.
Yes, and so as a result of me literally telling a recruiter that I was not interested in a job and that I'm going to be retiring and moving abroad, things started changing. All of a sudden, I did a commercial. Then I'm speaking on a panel for an award show. I'm doing one tomorrow, and now on-air personality kind of things are starting to come my way. And that's interesting because I never ever saw myself in front of the camera. But people are insisting that I would be a natural at it, and then when they ask me to let them try and show me. And when I see it, I am blown away. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be the next Pine-Sol lady. I know it.
Well,
So,
you have a very effervescent way about you. You are definitely contagious. I mean, you know, your smile, your face, your style. You definitely have a distinct sense of style and an indelible sense of style. So you've got let's look through everything. You've got the dog that you're promoting. You're trying to promote your dog's career.
Yeah.
Then you've got your fashion business.
fashion, and also something that came out of the fashion thing that I just noticed was that I tend to make things out of other things that are not supposed to be clothing. So if I'm in a jam, like I had to go to a funeral one day, and as I'm leaving, I take a look at the information, and it says white attire only, and I go into a panic. I don't have anything white that's appropriate to put on immediately to go to a funeral. So I'm just looking around, and I look at my bed. And on it is a white sheet. I snatch the sheet, turn on the sewing machine, make a gown, throw some pearls on, put some baby stuff in my hair, and hit the road.
Wow.
And that I love. And so I came up with the idea that people have heirlooms that have sentimental value, but they don't know what to do with it other than let moths eat it away or let it collect dust. I like to repurpose, other people's things or things that you have no use for but don't want to get rid of and turn them into something else. Like my auntie's tablecloths in Thanksgiving. I made into a gorgeous pair of palazzo pants. I took my mother's church gloves and made a fascinator. I can take a quilt and make a bomber jacket or a dog bed.
Whoa. Okay,
And then
so
it's useful.
is this repurposing business a separate business?
It's an idea that how I want to take my gifts to serve others because I do not prosper alone.
Okay, so you have your dogs
Dog, I would like to do a dog line. I would like to create some sort of fashion line for people to have access to certain things, but I really want to repurpose things that already exist and minimize the carbon footprint of fashion because fashion industry is a major violator
right
of the planet. Major.
Okay, so
And we throw away things all the time. And we need to honor the things that are here and make another use for them.
what I heard you say, and a lot of times my job is just to listen very closely. I heard you say what you really want is this repurposing business. And from where I sit, it seems to me that you've been training for this or preparing for this for many, many years.
Yes, I have.
So, would you say that the repurposing fashion business is at the front of the line, or is there something that can kind of compete with it?
There's something that competes with it big time.
Okay, what's that?
And that is the Blaxit, which means exiting a country that no longer is concerned about my well-being, does not care if I prosper or learn or heal. And I have activated the process to get my dual citizenship from Haiti. And I'm going to leave the country and live abroad, simpler, safer, and just more qualitatively. And so that way I can make a difference in the place that I'm at. And so my big dream is to buy property. I live on an island and I make diaphanous clothing for the yacht ladies and the incredibly fabulous gay men of style while teaching children in the village a craft so that they can make money too.
Wow. I mean,
That's my biggest dream.
okay, so give me a timeline. When are you thinking you might
Okay.
want to leave?
I would like to be gone by the end of 2022.
Okay. So a lot of packing to do.
Oh yes, I've already started making plans to to learn on vacation, which is way more economical, and double your options. I'm going to take Spanish by immersion in Costa Rica this summer, and then I will go to Portugal to learn Portuguese. Then I will go to the French Riviera to finish up my French, and then on to Italy for Italian and textile design. Being a
Wow.
student while you travel
Yes.
extends your visa automatically to a minimum 6 months.
You know, it's interesting. I caught a very interesting documentary about the textile industry in Italy. There's a small town.
Oh, really?
There's a small town. I'll look it up because I'll see if I can get that over to you. There's a very small town in Italy that really provides many of the Gucci, Prada, all those. They provide
Yeah.
the textiles for those fashion houses, but there's a lot of dirt that goes on, the way they treat the Africans that work, that actually do the hard work and the very dangerous work. Many
Yeah.
of them, if people die on a 2 or 3. It's nothing for 2 or 3 people to die a month in these places, and they didn't seem to. They did not seem to want to give. They did not seem to want to be too forthcoming there with the people that were doing the interviews. So I can get that over to you. Of course, as we know, and I want to move over to just asking you a couple other things, and then we can kind of bring all this together. So you're planning on learning many languages. You're planning on
Yeah.
moving to Haiti. Why Haiti?
I'm Haitian. I'm the only American born in my entire family, so I qualify for another passport.
Wow. Right.
So that way I can move around the world without disrespect.
Yes. And Haiti. Are you aware of what other countries that you cannot necessarily easily get into from America? Can you get into from Haiti?
Yes. Pretty much, yes. Yes. Also,
You mean
oh my
you're
gosh.
saying
America
that
has
you
done a lot
can
of damage to its reputation,
Right.
and so it's just not safe for other countries to allow Americans who dispute science and think a pandemic is a hoax. That's unsafe to their public health, and so they don't allow Americans because of the people that refuse to jump on board and get rid of COVID as a group. They're not letting us in. So usually when I travel, I don't say I'm an American. I say I'm Haitian. I speak another language, and I proceed that way because I also don't want the automatic vision of descendants of a slave as soon as they see American and black, because
Right.
my people didn't make it here.
So okay. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you feeling a little overwhelmed? Are you feeling obviously it's been a crazy time. The last year has been insane. For
I
Earth.
agree.
Where
Well, I'm at the end of my second Saturn return, so this time I was a little more prepared for the devastating loss. And so last year was the most difficult time of my life, where I lost both parents within 3 weeks. I had to become their advocate, their power of attorney. I had to move and empty a lifetime of belongings out of a home without assistance because of the pandemic, with a new job, with a curfew. And I did it, and I'm so thankful that I did.
Okay, so let's stop right there. So you're still in a very sacred space right now.
Yes, I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning right now. Because I was picking up a little something. Do you feel that you are... I'm going to ask this carefully because you are brilliant. My question to you is, do you feel that this period of your life while you're grieving is the best time for you to make these huge decisions that you're making? Do you feel that it's the right thing? Do you feel led?
Yes, it is.
You do. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because my father, well, my father was dying within a certain period of time, but he fell down and died instantly. And so I had a psychic reading just to make sure that there was nothing left unsaid that I needed to know, because he left a little quicker than I anticipated. And then he told me of all the things that he did and what he wants to do with me. Now that he is with me all the time,
right.
He says, our adventure is about to begin. I worked my whole life to give you a new future. And you will not die alone, you will not die destitute, and you will create beauty and help inspire, uplift, and educate others. And I will be there with you, and it's going to be amazing.
I want to check in with the chat because I'm wondering if everyone out there is hearing what I'm hearing right now. We have LaQueque and 777 in the chat, and we are here on the Epiphany Hotline. For all of you out there that might want to discuss or talk about any issue that you might be having in your life right now, feel free to call me at 747-777-6225. Also, don't forget to follow me and to subscribe. The button is right below you, so no problem there. I am here every single Thursday night for as long as Alan contracts me. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if you can't afford it, then there's nothing that can be done. But I'm here tonight, and now is all that we've got. I mean, let's face it, it's all that we've got because things are changing so quickly, right? And I'm used to it, but Earth is just now starting to get really used to it. It's exciting. So, you back to the situation, your situation. So there's some big themes happening. You have lost your parents, both of them within 3 weeks.
Yes.
You have gone through the pandemic, which was kind of a rite of passage for everyone.
Yes, it was great for me.
Right. And so wait, your parents died during the pandemic?
Yes, they died in October.
And were they? Oh, so they weren't. So wait a minute. Were they?
They were here.
Were Corona? Was it Corona or was it?
No, they died of dementia, heart disease, and renal failure.
Okay, so had it been a while since your father had been able to really communicate with you?
Oh no, I spoke to my father daily. I handled everything for him, and I also insisted on being able to have access to him at all times. Got him technology, everything, so that we can see and talk to each other, if not in person, then virtually.
So you were very close with your father.
I'm his only child, and I look just like him.
Wow.
He's my king.
Wow. So this was, it sounds to me that you, I've got 777 saying quite a few changes happening for them all at once. It must be a little stressful. Was it stressful?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it was. I don't even know how I survived it, but it was just that intestinal fortitude that pops up. It's that superhuman lift the car off the baby kind of thing. When it's needed, it comes.
So,
it really does.
Yeah, I mean, I have been around friends, thank God I have not experienced the loss of my parents as of yet. But I've got people saying, she said quite a few changes happening for them all at once, must be stressful. She's so positive though. Yeah, and then LaQueque says, yeah, for real. And then so upbeat. And she's built like a tank emotionally. But are you? Are you built like a tank emotionally?
Yes, I am. I've been through quite a few things, but it's just going to make for a better autobiography, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Betty Davis said, buckle, it's going to be a bumpy ride, darling, and that's okay. There's plenty to see and plenty to experience and live to tell the tale.
So
that's the triumph.
Your parents migrated or immigrated from Haiti to America. In the
Yeah,
50s?
to Los Angeles. In the 60s.
In the
Mom,
60s.
my mother came over with she was recently inseminated and came over with a care package called me. And then I was the anchor baby, and then one by one, she would send over the next relatives. So it would be my father.
Chloe, LaQuaque is saying, I need to be more like Chloe. So you have a fan. Hello? Uh-oh, I think I might have, oh my God. I have disconnected our guests. This is not good.
Oh,
There you are. That
that
was my, yeah. So let me ask you a question, and this is a question that I ask from time to time. Where does it hurt now? Is there anything that's going on now that we can talk about that might be of help?
Let's see, where does it hurt now? It hurts that I've lost a lot of people, a lot of peers, especially in the past 5 years. Like I lost my mentor that Alan introduced me to.
Yes.
And that was devastating to me. I could not touch a sewing machine for 9 months.
I didn't know.
And I've been praying ever since for another guide. And I just recently got one. But what hurts is that I don't mind being alone, but oftentimes I feel like I am the entire production process, from concept to market, when it comes to anything in my life. That I have to, and I know how to do it myself, but it gets a little arduous to not have a partner.
Yeah.
And I'm seeking qualitative partnership and communion with others so that we can build things together. My ultimate goal is to have a commune where we can grow old and take care of one another together, for those of us who are without a partner, without children, without a lot of things that America is not designed to help us with when we no longer are contributing to the economy.
I keep hearing this theme about America not allowing this, and America not allowing. Now, talk a little bit about what's at the bottom of that.
I just feel that for some reason, I feel that we are behind the looking glass or living in the upside down, and nothing makes sense to me anymore. And the love and the kindness is gone, the growth and the care. And now it seems to just be so egregious and overt and filled with fear, lack, and resentment for I don't know, and I will not abide it. I never felt like I belonged here.
Right.
I don't feel that I can partner with someone in love here. I just feel that things have gotten so negative that it's really frightening to breathe, sleep, eat, giggle, dance, take a nap, play a video game while pigments slowly advance.
Okay, so I want to talk about this because this is something that I was in tune with because I'm super intuitive. But that a lot of people didn't really start experiencing until they were forced into the house and couldn't leave. and couldn't escape themselves. And so then they started taking an inner journey. And but artists have always been in an inner journey because the only way you can make art is to be in an inner journey. So so we have to be in touch with at least something on the inside because we're pulling something out of nowhere and bringing it into the physical universe. So that's what we're doing when we work on art. And I'm one of those people that believes everyone's an artist, and if they can find out what their offerings are. But this time, this period in history. And again, I talk about this a lot, just being able to see the arc of time. This time in history is a time that's very uncomfortable. And there's no way to quantify it. It's not the kind of droning fear that we experienced for the last 45, 50 years. It's a new, turned up, it's almost like a creeping fear. it went from being kind of a low drone of discomfort to being a creeping fear that something is coming, especially with women, because women are far more intuitive. So there's a lot of concern about what's coming. And that, I think, is knowing that the ultimate fear for humans is death. That's the ultimate fear. So then what we've got is we've got a situation where the way things have been for so long are changing. And this is the thing.
Well, because it's different otherwise. We cannot base our lives on a text that was written by some man thousands of years ago before any of this stuff existed, but we are held by it. We cannot exist in a system that was created to pay us when we were not employed 30, 40 years ago and still have the same wage being given to us. No one can survive on $450 a week, and it hasn't changed at all.
And
it's just weird how we adhere to such antiquated and obsolete systems and really hold to it and will not move for progress. And I don't, it's bizarre.
Well, wait a minute. Look at me, look at you, look at many of the people that we know. There are many people that happen to be African American that are successful. Yes, the system has been somewhat rigged. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm listening, I'm agreeing.
Yeah. So, but and if we're paying attention, and maybe what I'm asking you is, do you trust what you're seeing? I'm seeing conversations on the television and on, smartphones and things. I'm seeing conversations that never existed in the public arena. I'm seeing corporations and politicians and people that consider themselves to be very important saying a lot of things that I have never seen anyone on earth say. So what do you think? Do you trust it?
I trust nothing. I trust no one but myself and my guide. And so I do not listen to what is said to me. I pay attention to what I read, what I learn, or what I research, and what my gut tells me.
And what is your gut telling you?
My gut tells me, America, you in danger, girl.
Really? Danger? Okay, clear and present danger, or just danger?
You cannot be cruel and continue and think it's going to be okay.
Right. So you're talking about the spirit of America, the spirit of cruelty, of greed, of usury, usurping, of not giving credit where credit is due.
Basically the sins of the father are soon to come upon us. Will be visited.
So you think that a reckoning is coming, basically, is what you're getting out of Dodge because of reckoning.
The reckoning. The W-R-E-C-K reckoning. Ooh, right. I'm gonna make a t-shirt.
Right. So you're sensing that there's a reckoning coming.
Oh, absolutely.
And that has you feeling a little uncomfortable.
It's giving me impetus to get up and be about it instead of watch it happen.
Yeah.
Go be about it and create the life that you want to enjoy instead of being afraid all the time. That's not why we were born.
LaQuaque is saying it's a great word, but I'm not remembering what word that word was. So if
was it the reckoning with the W-R-E-C-K?
Oh, reckoning? Oh, yeah, reckoning. I think that's what he must have been talking about. So, all right. So you're not really planning on really kicking these businesses off, circling all the way back. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Unflappable is an interesting word. Okay, I see now. See?
Oh.
Yeah, so you said unflappable, I'm almost sure, Chloe. And then 777 said unflappable is an interesting word, and LaQuaque laughed and said, he thinks that you're very engaging. He loves it. He says, she's fun. So, all right. So, circling all the way back, you're not planning on starting these businesses until you're in Haiti. Hello? Oh, we've lost her again. I don't know what happened there. There you are. So I was saying,
Okay,
you
were
are.
saying something about my businesses not.
Well, I was saying, let's circle back to the beginning, and I was saying that you're not planning on really kicking these businesses off until you're in Haiti.
Well, what I'm doing first is edifying myself because I've been doing, and not being. So now I'm going to go learn a few things and explore where I want to be while creating passive revenue streams. So I'm being a little smarter about my money and how I earn it so that I can go out and learn and discover where I'm going to be. The businesses, these ideas have come to me in the past, I'd say 2 months, where things really started coming at me with the fashion and the repurposing and the planning your next season, because I call it refirement instead of retirement. People save their money, but they don't know what to do with their experience, their wisdom, their love, their hands, their time. And that's what kills them. And I want to redirect that as well.
You sound like you've been lit up and inspired, and and you are just revved up and ready to go with not only these businesses. And it sounds like you're handling the passing of your parents beautifully. That must be a testament to your relationship with them while they were alive. And
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, you seem like you are. Of course, it hurts anytime we lose something that we've had with us for so long, something as precious as a parent. However, it sounds like your father gave you some really beautiful words, and his desire.
Yeah, he changed the ending of my story, actually. I suffer from massive depressive disorder. I was suicidal, and pretty much figured out that I was either going to die while working or die by my own hand, because I did not, how can I say, the system that is supposed to take care of us at the end is dying away, and so there will not be enough to sustain me. And what do I do then? Well, my father gave me a chance, just enough of a chance for me to change that outcome, and that is everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the way it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, especially when you have the other parent that was doing everything in their power to make sure that you did not succeed or did not have joy or anything. And
Okay, so that must have been your mother.
Thank God.
Your mother was a problem.
Yes.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, so that's where the pain body
Big
started, was with your mother.
Big time.
Okay, and when a parent is competing with you, jealous of you, I'm going into the field now. If a parent is threatened by you and begins to treat you with disdain, it can cause a lot of serious damage, and certainly depression. Depression is anger turned inwards. So basically, when you're depressed, what you really are is you're angry. When you're angry, what you really are is fearful.
Yes.
When you're fearful, what you really need is a hug, a kiss, and a piece of pie. Yeah. So you've worked through a lot. Do you feel sometimes that you have to work hard to keep a positive mental attitude?
I used to feel that way, and now the requirement of every day is joy. I must see beauty. I must have laughter. I must, or else no, I will not. I can't consider it. Joy is my number one priority, and usually becomes everyone else's priority if they're around me, because happy Chloe, happy life.
Right. So Chloe, wait a minute. So all right. You figured some shit out. I think what I'm hearing is you've already figured some shit out. Okay, so I love it. All right, and it seems to me that you have gone from being in the realm of effect into the realm of cause, because it sounds to me like you have decided. You didn't approach it as if life was landing on you. You said, I'm going to create the life that I want to lead.
My motto is, I make things ... happen. I make things and I make things happen. I don't let things happen.
Right. And so if you were going to give some young girl in South Central who has suffered through depression, who is suffering through depression, who is super creative but doesn't seem to know where to go or to how to find, what do you say to a girl like that?
Go to the most beautiful gay club in the city and dance with shirtless go-go boys and let them adore you. Because they don't want anything from you. They see the beauty that you are, and they uplift that. That is an area or a demographic of no competition, no jealousy, and no agenda to thwart your progress. It's just sheer love, appreciation, and fabulosity, glamour, and fun. And gay men, as a group, have really put the crown on my head.
Yeah. Well, your personality, I mean, I can totally see why. I mean, it's like,
but it's really them that showed me the mirror and they said I had it.
Right.
Other people were too busy telling me what I was not doing right or what I was doing wrong, or you're this, you're that. Well, I was everything once I hit that dance floor, and I never turned back. I'd rather be at a gay club dancing with abandon than to be in a straight club waiting to be chosen by some man that just really wants to sleep with me.
So, have you been in have you been married, in a long term? You were married, okay.
I've been married. I'm an equal opportunity lover, so I've been married to a man. I've been in a long-term relationship with a woman.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm just,
cool.
For me, it's the light, not the bulb.
Right, okay.
And so
well,
I'm fortunate that way.
Right, and so you've been in a couple long-term relationships, good relationships, not good relationships?
Yeah.
Good ones.
Fulfilling ones, yes.
Okay.
Where I'm still close to everyone that I've ever been with. I still
that's great.
Yeah.
But you're at a different place now where you're really okay with being alone, or you would love to have someone. It sounds like you'd love to have someone.
I would love to have someone, but not here, or not at this moment, because that would be a distraction unless it's a partner that can help that we build a vision together in line with what my vision is. But I really envision it happening in another country.
I want to acknowledge that it's 7:47, and I want to just check in with all of our streamers. 777 LaQuay. I want to just say thank you for being here, and if you have any questions for me or for Chloe right now, Chloe is on fire, and I want to I could talk to Chloe all day. So Chloe, I want to talk about solutions because I think I've got a really clear idea. I want to mention that a lot of people suffer from depression. I happen to feel that especially a lot of people that have undergone racism, people that have undergone terrible things, there's a low grade of depression no matter what. With those people, that can be healed. It can be, but you have to focus on it. You can't just think it's going to just waft away. You're going to have to do a little work to get through that. To get through that pain body.
Exactly. It's just like weight. You did stuff to make you get there, and it's going to take a minute to get rid of it. So. And
a lot of it was programmed in before you even knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? By a parent that was. It sounds like your mother did a real number on you.
Oh, honey. Ooh, Woo! I don't want to make everyone cry, but yes. But it taught me a lot. It forged me like metal. It honed me like a blade, and it crushed me like a diamond.
You know, I totally understand this dynamic. And what I have found is that it's almost like a life of new beginnings. It's you're searching for home because you didn't have it with your parents. Maybe you had one parent that but if you don't have both, it's difficult because you don't have a safe place. And safety, of course, is paramount with children. And so you go into life with a lot of extra defense mechanisms, a lot of extra ideas that maybe don't apply anymore to your life. You respond to things in ways that are more about survival than about everything's okay, I'm thriving, I'm fine, no matter what it looks like now, it'll always turn around, everything keeps changing, it's gonna always change no matter what. So the thing is, you're in a little bit more, and if you've got that at home, and then you step out of the house, you've got it going on with the race thing. I mean, I don't dwell on the race thing because I believe we all write our own futures, and we write it from right now. Okay, so I don't subscribe to being a victim, but I do acknowledge the fact that hey, if you go to Vegas and the person sitting next to you at the blackjack table is running numbers or has a partner somewhere and is doing that, and you lose the game, you lost it because the game was set against you. It was rigged. So we can't turn a blind eye to that. We know that that people of color have been marginalized in this system. They've been marginalized to keep Anglo-Saxons at the top of the food chain, specifically Anglo-Saxon men. And but now here we are. You've been through all of this cultivation, emotional cultivation through being downtrodden and abused and I want to welcome my worst enemy to the chat. Thank you so much. This is such a fascinating conversation. Nice to see you, enemy. You've been through all this cultivation in your life, through going through the pain and then having to somehow. And one day I want to talk to you about how you got yourself out of it, because I think that's a really interesting conversation. Therapy must have been in there somewhere, correct?
That's a good one.
Is that a good one? Was therapy in there somewhere?
Nudism.
Did you say nudism?
Yes.
Okay. I will not let you get off this phone until you explain, please. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, and then there's another one.
Nudism as emotional healing.
Becoming a dominatrix for a little while.
Oh, okay. So you went into kind of I don't want to say darker spaces, but the black leather.
Just a different type of reparation,
Right. Okay. I'm not gonna. We'll talk about that privately, but I do know of what you speak. So, Chloe, you have lived many lives.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, because I'm hearing, because I like to deal with things that are going on right now. So you're still low key, kind of still getting through the death of your parents, which they died 3 weeks apart from each other during the coronavirus, which was very recent. You had to pack up their home. You had to deal with all of their estate. While alone, because you couldn't have anybody else help you.
Right.
You have been kind of holding yourself back for years, but now you're ready to thrust forward. You're busting big moves, like moving to a whole different part of the world, and starting new businesses, and maybe even a partner to boot. So it sounds like there's going to be a lot. Well, there always has been a lot going on, Chloe, with you, but it sounds like there's going to be even more. So right now, what I want to do is I want to do kind of a relaxation exercise, if you don't mind, because one thing about people that are like you and I do know this about Alan is that very sweet, very kind, very smart, very motivated. but they can kind of lose track of themselves sometimes, and they certainly can lose track of their little kid that's on the inside, the little child that is crying out because there are still some things that they need emotionally they didn't get back then from mom and dad. So let's close our eyes very quietly because we're at 7:54 right now. I want to thank everyone for being here and participating in the Allen Show, but specifically the Epiphany Hotline, which is one of the more fabulous things that exist on planet Earth once a week. So let's close our eyes and let's go into sacred space. Now, everyone that's watching, lurking, or in the chat, I want you to do this too, because this is something that, of course, you're not going to be able to do this part because it's what I've got. But this is something that we can do at home. And this little bell that I have right here, all right, I'm going to say this very quickly because I feel like Chloe needs to hear this too. So the journey, so when we're born, we're like a blank computer. Somebody's got to put the code in, right? So your parents do that part. They're the ones, not because they say you're pretty or ugly, they just treat you a certain way. If they neglect you, it's the worst form of abuse because it sets up a dynamic inside of yourself that says that I'm not worthy. I'm not valuable. So, and then even if your parents do give you that love and support, well, look, if your parents give you proper love and support, you're going to be fine. But you're going to still have to contend with society out there who may say you're not valuable because you're black. You're not valuable because you're a woman. You're not valuable because you're gay. You're not valuable because, whatever. The point is, there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to tell you, or there's always going to be a situation that's going to present itself that's going to make you, it's going to offer, let me say this, it's going to offer to you an opportunity to buy into whatever it's selling. Low self-esteem, insecurity, fear, doubt. All of those things are your choice to choose to jump on that train. If you jump on that train, that's what you're going to get, right?
That's right.
So the reason I'm saying all that is because the journey is from the subconscious to the conscious mind. The subconscious is all the stuff that hit you hard, good or bad, that the mind had to kind of dump that out of the front because you would have been so stuck. It needed to put it somewhere, so it put it back there. And it's kind of it's coming out and let us seep out in dreams a little bit sometimes, or you might have a little vision, or you might have an experience that will trigger something that back there, right?
Yeah.
But if you can begin to consciously work with your subconscious, then that's the business. That's the whole business, okay? The whole business is getting in touch with your subconscious so that you begin to manifest in your consciousness, which is what then begins to make things happen out there. All right, so because then that affects the actions that you're taking. When you take action, there's going to be a reaction. If you take a bad action, you're going to get a bad reaction. If you take a good action, you're going to get a good reaction. So let's close our eyes. Take one cleansing breath. Now, with this chime, I'm saying to my subconscious, and it's responding because I feel a little bit of a kind of woozy feeling. I'm announcing to my subconscious that we're entering into sacred space. Now, this sacred space, I know you've heard it, sacred space, sacred space. Sacred space is pretty valuable. All of your desires, all of the things that have been haunting you, hurting you, this is where it gets worked out. Not out there, in here, in sacred space. This is not sacred because somebody told you that some white guy with long hair with his hands in front of his chest is important. It's sacred because you have to decide what your sacred space is. So the first thing that I like to do when I get into my sacred space is to kind of look around a little bit. Although my eyes are closed, I emotionally kind of poke around and I check in. What am I feeling right now? So I'm going to ask you, Chloe, what are you feeling right now?
Sunlight on my skin.
Nice. Emotionally?
Emotionally, I feel secure and how do I say this? Secure enough to secure others.
Wonderful. So you're feeling very secure.
Yes.
You're feeling very strong. You're feeling very empowered. So now here we are. I want you to see strength, empowerment. I want you to see yourself in Haiti now, helping kids. For some reason, that picture is the picture that keeps coming forward to me, that brings the most joy for you while you're there, working with kids, teaching them sewing, teaching them how to have an industry on their own. Correct?
Yes, in English, because Creole was my first language, so I understand. I'm very to teach English to Haitian children.
Was that Creole or was that Patois?
Creole, yes.
Creole is different from Patois.
It's the same, but people call Creole. Creole, I think, is some American Louisiana thing or cuisine, as opposed to Creole, which is spelled differently, is a Patois, a broken French, a hood French that has no formal, informal, masculine, or feminine.
Right, and that's what my father and my grandmother spoke in this sacred space. I'm welcoming my grandmother, who is my primary ancestor, to the space right now. Is there anyone you would like to invite into the space?
I would like to invite Melvin Bennett.
Melvin Bennett, our dear friend.
No. I have him to thank for bringing Alan to call me the other day.
Yes. Yes. You
It all
know,
started with that.
how are you? We're hanging out in sacred space. Anything can happen here. It's pretty magical. I'm loving hanging out in this space with you, Chloe. I want to talk about any residue from Melvin. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling like you're good?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling thankful because I talk to my spirit realm constantly, constantly talking to them. So when I sew, I'm with Melvin and I talk to him all the time. When I cook, I'm with my grandmother. When I'm doing anything, I'm with specific people. Talking to them, I make pendulums and I talk to them and they talk to me. And I ask them to guide me and show me and let me be their hands or let me work through my body.
So let me ask you a question. I've heard you mention that your grandmother, I've heard you mention Melvin, I've heard you mention others. Do you ever check in with your inner child? Do you ever spend time, real quality time with your inner child, little Chloe?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay. And what kind of things are you doing?
I play. I insist on playing. I believe that recess should not end with school. That's when the magic happens, is when you are like a child.
Yes.
Playing, imagining, and not being held to boundaries or systems that have been taught to us. Be like the child when you first came here, knowing what you knew already. To play is the closest vibration to the Creator. And that's when your ideas and your answers and epiphanies and confidence and joy come from, is when you are playing. And I do that every single day.
I came into this conversation, after, it's really, really difficult. And continuing to stay in sacred space. It's not as precious as people think. You don't have to be sitting up like, no. We're in sacred space right now, everyone. Just understand that Chloe and I are connected almost as if with a silver cord right now. We're in agreement that we're hanging out here. We're looking for something. We're kind of talking it through, but we're going to get there. So what is it that we need right now? I know for me, what I need right now is I just want to emotionally... we talked about that kind of yucky that's going on all over the place right now because everyone's so uncertain and there's an energy out there. It's a little bit prickly. It's not necessarily the most comfortable thing, especially down here in the hood because, if certain neighborhoods have a cough, the hood can definitely have the flu. So, we're in this place where anything can happen. We're in this place where we might need a little bit of healing. still. We're in this place where we've seen a lot of things on the television that might have been a little hurtful. Let's just close our eyes, and I want us to look at each of the things. Now I want to talk about the things that that you mentioned. You mentioned moving. Look at that almost as if it was a chess piece, or look at it as if it was a person. You know, basically transform that thing into a physical item that you can move around inside of a room, almost as if it were a piece of furniture.
Inside of a room.
So,
okay.
all right. So your move to Haiti, that's one piece. Your business with the repurposing, that's another piece. Your business with the Duke of Puffington.
Puffington, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. And then your relationship, you're wanting to find a partner, which I feel like that's pretty up there in the areas of priority. All right, so let's just take those 4 pieces, okay? Can you arrange those into the room, and can you tell me what's closer to you and what's further away from you?
The closest. Traveling and traveling, but being curious about the world outside of mine.
But I only really want to deal with those specific things. I want to look at the things that are going to require you to take a big, bold action. And I want you to, right now what we're doing is we're organizing. It's what you asked for. We're kind of prioritizing it, but we're doing it in a different way. We're doing it visually in our own mind, which can make the imprint even stronger, by the way. So of those 4 things, you've got the move to Haiti, you've got the prospect of a partnership or relationship or both. You have your repurposing business, and you've got the Duke of Puffington, which you want to kind of make into a star. Order though in order. Where do those pieces of furniture? You know, when we're at the front door, there's that show-stopping piece that's going to be closer up, right? Then there's going to be things that are going to be a little further back. Don't look at it in terms of practicality. Look at it in terms of pieces on a board or a chessboard or whatever.
Okay.
Which one? Just tell me the one that's closest of those 4.
Okay, it's not exactly any of the 4 that you mentioned. The first most important piece is the message, or I have something to impart. I have, in other words, the message that I bring, or the energy or the message or the effect that I have on others is the foundation of everything else.
And what is that message?
Huh?
What is that message here in Sacred Space? I'd love to hear it.
To teach, to open up the, in other words, to get others to acknowledge the power that is within them and not outside of them. That empowering others leads to a mitigation of the disparity between the haves and the have-nots. If you can instill confidence and self-awareness in others, then they will do more positive things in the world, which creates a butterfly or ripple effect. That planting the seed in the consciousness creates a new world.
So
The message.
So the forefront, the message. That's the first.
Yes, like the TED Talk or the philosophy or the book or the new way of thinking or the new dialogue, the new lexicon. It's how we communicate. We don't ask questions anymore, and we do not value the word or the importance of words.
But you're using...
And that's what I want to bring back to people, is to be conscious in communication and how to speak with specificity so that you can manifest.
Okay, so I get that, and yet what I'm wanting to do is to keep this about you, because the thing is that and I understand this. We are performers, we are big personalities. We are fabulous. And
Yeah.
so, my question, but this is very humble. This is just for us. It's not for anybody else.
Just for us? Just for me?
Just for, see there she is. There's the little girl. Just for
Okay,
me.
so, okay. Just for me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So the things that I heard you talking about just for you were the things that,
the thing that's important for me to be able to get, that the little girl in me has not successfully achieved, is to be heard. To be heard. Like, why did I acquire all of this knowledge only for it to be ignored when it's needed? And that's the one thing that seems to make me wonder, like, why is it that, not why, how can I get people to actually hear what I'm really good at or knowledgeable about to say their situation, like just to acknowledge and give me credence, because I'm not talking to hear my voice.
Okay,
I'm talking because I'm trying to help you not die or get ruined.
Okay, so now I want us to just remember we're in sacred space. Everything is relaxed. Everything is relaxed. There's no. Did
I sound?
No. It's fine. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just basically wanting to wash over, because you were expressing, I could feel a little energy there, because you're trying to get through. You're trying to break through and help these people to see what they need to see. But of course, we know that the way that we do that is we ourselves embody that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's through osmosis, the same way that our parents set us up for good in some areas and not good in other areas. This is what we're doing right now. We're basically, you've done a lot of this work, but you've reclaimed yourself. And now, but there's always, for all of us, no matter how old, 5,000 years old, 40 years old, whatever. The point is that we're at a point now where big moves are getting ready to get busted. And it might be important to know, of those things that we're looking to physically embark upon, what of those things are most important to us. Because then, or I should say, what's most important to you of the actual physical things that you're going to be engaging in? Because you have these big, I'm only going off of the things you mentioned, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, confidence, knowing, like, if I was heard, I'd be more confident in what I'm saying or what I am stating about what I want to do or what the plan is. So being heard.
Who's not listening?
Pardon?
Who's not listening?
It's about the audience as well. And I realize
the reason I asked that question is because I'm trying to bring you out of the kind of the big overarching, I get it, but I'm trying to bring you into, because
to answer your question about the moves is being heard gives the confidence to be able to state your plan and have people get on board with it. So
but
if I want to build a
these are moves that the only person that has to be in these are moves that the only person that has to be these are moves that only you on your own, and these are all your moves. I mean, they don't really have to involve anybody except for the partner part.
Well, I believe that the moves that I want to make involve other people, because it is I can't seem to imagine otherwise. And say, for instance, teaching or a commune or writing a book about teaching people how to do whatever. The voice, the thing that the knowledge I have to impart has to fall on fertile soil.
So,
or else I'm just throwing seeds around.
Give me one example of the ultimate. Just very quickly here, because we are over time, but I'm loving this. Give me in a very concise way your ultimate dream. But I don't want to hear all of the physical things. We're going to move away from the physical.
To
I want
create
to know.
beauty and art every single day.
I want to know how you want to feel.
I want to feel like an artist creating beauty every single day.
Are there other descriptors? Do you want to feel? Are there other descriptors that you might want to throw in there with that?
I want to. I just want to feel creative. I just want to express the unique things that are inside of me, and that's it.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to close this sacred circle, this sacred space. Not that it can't be accessed immediately if we want to come back, but I'm going to go ahead and, for our subconscious mind, close it. Okay, great. There was a lot of information there, and I'm going to share a couple of things that I heard while I was in sacred space. Number one, one thing that I noticed. I seem to have caused. There we go. One of the things I noticed, just for your information, is that I hear you consistently talking about, hey, wow, Sweaty Poos. Welcome to the Alan Show, and I'm Epiphany, the Epiphany Hotline. People call this number right here that needs some great wise counsel, and I'm only here because Alan's paying me. No, I'm here because I believe that there is a brand new paradigm that's coming, that Earth is poised to take its seat at the table of the universe, and that somebody's got to be the Dear Abby of the new paradigm, damn it. And I seem to be qualified for the job. What I was going to say is there's a couple things that I noticed, and believe me, this is not criticism. This is just so that you can see. You talk a lot about the future, but you constantly reference the future. But the thing is that one thing I learned when I was doing neuro-linguistic training was that when you're speaking, you always want to be speaking in the present as much as possible, because the future is not created from the future. The future is created from right now. And a lot of people get so caught up in the future that they never lay plans right now that are going to get them to the future. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's you, but I'm just saying once you have this secret knowledge that you understand that everything is internal, everything, and then it projects out and it becomes whatever it's going to be out there. You become very dedicated to try to keep yourself in a great space, in a great positive space. And so I've got to give you kudos. You have really mastered. You have mastered how to just really look at the feet. Wow. I'm seeing all of these new people. Thank you so much for joining the show. I might even have to bring Alan in and have him perform a song. We've got so many new people. Thank you so much for being here. You know, Chloe, I just want to say one thing, because I know you're gonna respond to what I just said, and if I'm offbeat, you can just let me know. It's no big deal. I just wanted to say that, and I'm saying this for all of us that are on, that are here together, those in the chat, those lurking, Chloe on the line with me here, Ivy Pluto chilling on the sofa. I'm saying this, which is that the future is not created from the future. The future is created from right now. If you are looking to create something, I'm sure Chloe's hip to it. You're going to want to write it down. You're going to want to begin to lay your plans quietly. The least people you talk about it with, you want to talk to it about people that are involved with it, not everybody in town, because then you know it's not that they're going to steal it, because they can't really steal it, truthfully. If it's you, if it's uniquely you, they can't steal it. But what they can do is put energy. Everything's energy. The more you just kind of dissipate that energy, the less power is built up, and your dream may not be achieved. So so
I like that.
Learning to find quiet space, and you know, part of talking about everything you're doing And talking has to do with a little bit of low self-esteem. That you feel like you've gotta, because if you're doing it and you're enjoying doing it, and I'm not talking to you, Chloe. I'm just going on right now. If you're doing it and you're loving doing it, then it's enough. It's enough. Now you do have to earn a living. Don't get me wrong, but if you're doing it and you're loving doing it, it's enough. When you're feeling like, and I've been guilty of this. It took me a long time to get over this. When you feel like you've got to talk about it all the time, as if you're trying to kind of hype yourself up and convince yourself, or you're nervous and scared and feel like you need support, but maybe don't know how to ask for it, or you are, or you're, you. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And how are you feeling about the things that I'm saying right now?
Oh, I totally agree. Yes, I don't talk about it much until I'm ready to execute or get something that I have to talk about it to get.
Right.
In other words.
So you know that law. You know that
usually I
universal
just
law.
work on it. I plan, I dream, I write, I draw, and I just work it out in my own private playground. And I hold a constant picture in my mind because my brain does not know the difference between a memory and a fantasy. It just knows to build it. So,
hey, I love it. I love it. You just dropped the bomb.
so I
right
hold
there,
that
baby.
vision and I don't talk about it much
Right.
until it's time to hire the contractor to
Right.
build it.
Right.
Because,
Right.
yeah. So I do agree with that very much. I don't talk about it much. I think about it. I feel about it. I dream about it. And when I'm ready for input or another component to help me get to the next step, that's when I talk about it.
You know, it sounds to me like you really have it. Certainly, you are another depository of wise counsel, and also, you know, you have a toolbox full of tools that you can use, and you know, I feel so blessed to have had this conversation with you tonight, Chloe, because you've given me some ideas. I'm trying to give you ideas. You're giving me ideas.
You're giving me so much validation about something because basically what you are doing is what I do every day, just in my life.
Right.
And
Yes, it is.
but you show me a format in which you just added another facet to something that I do all the time, and I give wise counsel constantly.
Absolutely. And you know, it's amazing. You know, just having been around you, Chloe. You know, you're such a breath of fresh air. You're like a burst of effervescent light coming into a room. You know, a lot of times, you know, because I'm around a lot of entertainment people, a lot of fashion people, a lot of those kind of people. Those people oftentimes suffer in silence, and so these moments where we get to fellow artists, fellow cobblers, which is something I want to talk to you about, fellow
tribe.
Oh, and Hyped Honey, I see here you hosted with a viewer. Thank you so much, Hyped Honey. I truly appreciate you. And oh, I see. So yes. Last but not least, Chloe, will you please come in here and let me interview you, and will you bring some of your clothes so that we can all see what your fashions, which is very important.
Gosh, yes.
It'd be
I would
fabulous.
love that.
Yes.
I would love that.
You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? And I would have you bring the Duke of Puffington, but unfortunately I've got two pit bulls that might decide that he would be a delicious lunch.
I know.
So I don't think that's a good idea. But thank you so much for calling in.
Oh my gosh, it was such an honor and a blessing. Oh my goodness, what a gift you've given me. Thank you. Thank your audience for listening and just
they're right
holding
here. Why
this
don't you
sacred
thank them
space
yourself?
together so that we can do this all together and manifest this beauty that we
Absolutely.
dream of. I love it.
Wise is saying, Chloe, such a cutie. She loves you. If anybody else has anything to say to Chloe before she gets off the phone, I'm sure she'll
Thank you,
appreciate it.
and thank you for just blessing the beginning of my birthday season.
Oh my
The
God.
sun is shining on my head.
So
It's Taurus time, babies, and
That's
Taurus manifest.
absolutely.
Everyone will reap. It is spring. Everything is bursting with life and possibilities, and this is wonderful.
Look of Defeat says, we love you, Chloe. And
I love you too.
oh my God.
I can't wait to meet you guys.
yeah, so just in closing here, while I'm getting ready to sign off for tonight, I want to let everyone know that tomorrow night at 7:00, Alan will be back, and you won't want to be late for tomorrow. I'm not going to even give you any information. Wow, I've got. I think I'm going to pivot over because we've got some wonderful new guests that are coming on here right now, and I want to show them what's going on. We've got Sweaty Poos, and we've got Look of Defeat, and we've got. So I'm going to show them a little bit of this music. But Chloe, we'll be seeing each other very soon. You continue to do what you do. You are amazing. Oh my God, I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. I thank you so much. I remember the moment you looked down at my feet on the dance floor and said something about those vintage metal leather slingbacks, and we were hooked for life.
Oh my God, I remember that too. And
I remember that. Oh my goodness.
and you know what? We will be. This is what it's all about right now. It's about finding your family, your tribe, your circle. And that circle doesn't need to feed you only just monetarily. That circle needs to feed you emotionally, needs to feed you spiritually. It needs to feed you in every way.
Yes, especially now. After the passing of my parents, I am the only living member of my family. And that is a very interesting place to be.
Well, you have, and we're welcoming Captain Cringe 223 to the chat right now. Everybody's jumping on here. We're going to just keep going because, Chloe, do you want to stay on while I play a song?
I will stay on for a little bit, and then I have to jump into my next endeavor, which is the Spirit Awards, because I'm hosting a panel tomorrow.
Ooh,
so
you know
I have to
what?
do my homework.
I'm going to let you go, Chloe, because you have the Spirit Awards, which I don't even want to think about how grand that is. But you do your thing, girl. I appreciate you coming on here and doing this today and opening up your heart and letting us know the things that you're winning at and the things that you're struggling with and all the different things. It means something for people to hear. In a way, it's like a testimony. Just how you're doing it, how you're making it through. You are a winner, Chloe, and I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for this honor. I'm so renewed and fortified by this. Really, it's right on time, my darling.
Oh, thank you so much. We will talk to you very soon, Epiphany. Have a wonderful night, and good luck on the awards tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and we'll be talking tomorrow, my love.
Yes. Okay. Take care.
Good night, everyone. Have a beautiful weekend.
Good night. Oh my God, it's amazing. You know what? It's crazy. How even when, and I've got Pluto over here. Come here, Pluto. Come here. Daddy will be home tomorrow. Okay. It's amazing. Oh my God, Cranky Bookworm is here. It's amazing. Wow. It's so nice to see everybody. You guys are making my day. Wow. Okay. So we just had Chloe on, and it was a really long conversation. Chloe is an amazing being who is just out there doing all kinds of crazy good. And yet her parents just passed away over the coronavirus, both of them within 3 weeks of each other. So I want all of you, if you got an altar at home or if you send out light or whatever you do, pray. Let's do that. Let's send that towards Chloe because she's looking to kind of pick up the pieces and go in a direction that she's never gone and make her life that much better. You know what I'm saying? So, and truly to make her life the best. So I'm super excited about that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to allow Epiphany to beam out to her planet. I hate to leave, darling, but I must leave because I've got other things to do. Alan will be returning and he will be giving you a song post haste. So, from all of us on the planet Unduku, hey, and if you haven't yet, check out Midnight Gospel on Netflix. It's pretty good stuff. All right, I'm going to see you guys later, and Alan will be here very, very quickly to play you a couple of songs so you can see what's up with that, okay? Bye, everyone. Oh, my goodness. What is going on? Oh. No, that's not it. That's not it. Uh-oh. Hey. What's going on here? Oh. Earth is so antiquated, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, the Thinker 7? Oh my God, look at all these people. This is amazing. No, well, we're not ending it. You're calling in. Are you calling? If you're calling, call. You got the phone number right there. I would love to talk to you. Oh, did you call? Hold on. Oh my goodness, we've got something going on here. I am so sorry. Let's see here. Who is this? We're gonna talk. I want to, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna speak to both of you. Okay? We're not ending right now. Okay, so I need to, why don't you, hold on. First, we're going to talk to, for some reason, I'm seeing here, no caller ID, silenced call. I'm not knowing why these are calling through. And just so everyone knows, I had to call the last caller back because the same thing happened. So something is going on technically with this phone. I'm really wanting to, yeah, why don't you, for some reason, hold on. Yeah, I've got, if you can see this, I've got all these messages here saying, so hold on, I wish there was a way that I could get your number so I could call you back. Chloe just happened to call in and I knew her number. But if there was a way that I could get your number, then I would be able to, yeah, I've just got another voicemail from unknown. Let me see if I can, missed call at 8:30, so that just happened. Boy, look, Quay, what do we do in this situation? I'm getting all of these, no caller ID. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure this out. It was working before. Oh, are you calling from the UK? Yeah, I can call you in the UK, no problem at all. I'm happy to call you in the UK. So if you're okay with maybe hitting me with that number, I will call you right now. I am so sorry that we're having technical difficulties, and I also want to mention that to okay, 1 second. This is great. I'm loving this. Super exciting because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to support Alan because Alan tends to be into his music. He likes music. That's all he, if it's not music and furniture, then pretty much it's not on the top of the agenda. But I like to talk to people, and I love to bring that wise counsel. And looks like the Stinker 17 is a bit of a whippersnapper, so I'm very much looking forward to talking. Super exciting. Just, are you, you know what? Go ahead and send it. Look, wait, do you know where he can send that so that we can get it? And yeah, just go ahead and whisper that in a Twitch there, and then we'll get it. And once we've got that, then we will be able to do it. So let me quickly go here. Everyone who is still in the chat, I need to know, do we still have Cranky Bookworm? Do we still have Captain Cringe 223? Do we still have LaQuake Wise? Of course, Hyped Honey, I'm My Worst Enemy, 777. Wow. Are we all here together? Because we're getting ready to get busy with this. Okay, so I'm going here because I want to see if we're whispering. Okay, good. I'm glad to see that. Okay, good. I'm glad to let me see that. My whispers. Hey. Let me see that. Whispers. Okay, you whispered to LaQuaque. Okay, all right, cool, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right, cool. And I'm gonna just go ahead and just close this out because I don't need it anymore. Okay, all right. So I'm going to call you now. This is exciting. Let's see here.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Okay, so that didn't work. Is there anyone else? If we're not able to get through there, it seems like that number's been disconnected. So I don't quite know what to make of it. Oh, thank you so much, Captain Cringe. I appreciate you. So I don't really know what to make of the Stinker 17, other than we're for some reason it seems like we've got some cross lines, because you tried to call me, you weren't able to call me, and then I tried to call you, and you heard what happened. It seems like there's some kind of disconnect. So the phone's disconnected or whatever. It's really, really weird. Is there anyone else? Put it in the chat. If you want to give me a call and talk about whatever's going on, feel free to do that right now. And if no one does that, and the Discord, we can continue chatting in the Discord, obviously. If that's it, then what I am going to do is I'm going to...
Mouse?
Huh?
Let me see the mouse. I might be able to do it over Discord.
Okay, all right. Let's see here.
Hello.
Okay, so while LaQuaque is getting everything together, we're doing everything we can to get a hold of this this wonderful being of light and have a conversation. Perhaps we might be able to be of a little bit of service. Let's see here.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
We can't hear that.
Hello?
We can't hear you loud. I don't know if your mic is messed up.
It's not. It's perfect. My mic is fine.
Yeah,
So,
it's a troll. I had a feeling.
oh,
Hello?
we were dealing with a troll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a troll.
Well, you know, I love trolls too.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
love you.
Yes, we love
We
you.
love you, the
Hello.
Stinker. We love
Yeah.
you, Jehovah. Thanks for the penis pics and all that. We love you. Oh,
Yeah.
they want to do a call. Let's see what they have to do. Let's see the call.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Let's see what they got. Let's see if they got some good troll tricks here.
You hear me? Hello?
Wow, come on.
Well, we're trying. We're looking to get a hold of
Hello.
Loud, who has the crescent moon and star insignia. So that must mean that we're dealing with someone that is somewhat Muslim, which is great. Okay, so I'm gonna close this out because I don't think I don't think that that this is gonna work. And I haven't seen anybody in here say that they wanna Captain Cringe. Anybody in there? Anybody else? If you didn't get a chance to talk tonight, and I am going to look into what this technical difficulty was. If you didn't get a chance to speak to me tonight, I'll be here next Thursday, okay? And I want to make sure that everyone knows that at 7 o'clock every Thursday night, there is an Epiphany hotline here for you. And you can call in and ask your questions. Don't be afraid. It's not going to, I don't bite. And I'm only here to have a good time and to maybe give you some
Monkey.
So, from the Alan Show and from me, the fabulous Epiphany, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful Thursday evening. Have a good one. And I'm going to bring Alan back because he's going to sing a couple of songs for you very, very shortly. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.
From the fact that nobody has been brought to justice in the